If your swing meter stutters, the round is over before it starts. That's the dangerous truth at the heart of everybody's golf hotshots, a game that nails the cheerful arcade vibe and then occasionally whiffs the one system it cannot afford to miss. Let's tee up the context. Hotshots Everybody's Golf is arcade golf royalty. For decades, clap hands kept the three-click gospel alive while hiding surprising depth under cartoon green. In 2025, developer Hyde and publisher Bandai Namco take the tee. New team, multi-platform, September 5th launch, 10-ish courses to unlock, 30 pre-made golfers, online and couch play, plus a grab bag of party variants. On paper, that's a birdie putt from 6 feet. Mechanics first, because this series lives or dies there. The 3-press swing is back. Set power, snap impact, pray to the wind gods. Depth arrives fast if you engage. Backspin to sit on fast greens, side spin to fight crosswind, topspin for skips and extra roll, with shot shaping and lie penalties forcing decisions. Putts use a readable grid with flowing dots that communicate slope rate. The faster the dots, the steeper the break. It's simple enough for newcomers and rewarding enough to keep veterans fidgeting with stick finesse. There's even a stamina wrinkle that, when enabled, messes with the meter and hides the putting grid after too many max power swings. An opt-in challenge that actually feels clever. So why the review whiplash? Because performance and pacing yanked the wheel. On Switch, multiple outlets flagged choppy feedback, especially when you trigger special shots. A golf game needs silky meter timing more than fancy foliage, and this version fumbles that trade. On PS5, at least one review went nuclear specifically over inconsistent swing meter stutter and random feeling ball flights, tanking their score into 210 are you kidding me territory. Meanwhile, PC impressions are steadier. Fun loop, solid challenge, but grindy unlocks and repetitive audio. That split isn't mysterious, Hotshots is all about feel. If the frame time hiccups when you tap, your thumbs won't trust the gauge, and the whole house of cards collapses. Here's the spicy analogy. The 3-click meter is to arcade golf what a parry window is to Sekiro. It must be predictable. A 2% wobble becomes 100% of the discussion. When it behaves, there's a lot to like. Courses invite, I can't believe that worked creativity, from banking fairway edges to skipping across water like a smug skipping stone. The loyalty skill system lets you grow a favorite golfer with perks, while food items do goofy micro buffs to spin or power arcade, but with just enough numbers to chew. Putting feels properly demanding. Reading a double breaker and dying it into the cup is still dopamine. But the game can't resist burying fun under filler. World Tour tries to be story mode, 30 mini arcs with visual novel interludes, but most scenes are skippable fluff that gate you from the actual golfing. Challenge mode is the meat, yet the early wall is real. You start with one course and 2 golfers, and the treadmill kicks in immediately. Worse, team scramble events in the single-player ladder can hinge on NPC partners yo-yoing your fate, RNG sand in the well-raked bunker. Audio and personality carry the usual hotshots whimsy, until they don't, caddies chirp. Crowds cheer, golfers emote, then they keep emoting. This is so cringe. I feel the dragon in my left arm. OMG, I'm like totally killing it. Cute the first 5 times, tinnitus by the 20th. You can dial voices down, but it's telling that many players do. Party detours. Wacky Golf is 4 modes deep. Colorful drops buff, debuff tiles and items around the hole. Chaotic but tactically playful. Survival steals clubs from rivals. Hilarious with friends. Boom Golf hides landmines that launch your ball at random. Good for a scream or 2, then back to real golf. These are perfect for a Friday couch night, but they don't meaningfully extend the single-player loop. Visuals are clean but safe, bright palettes, expressive models, flat foliage, and noticeable pop-in on Switch. There's also a micro-controversy over generative foliage textures. Regardless of where you land on the ethics, it's not the hill this game wants to die on. A golf title can live with PS3 tier trees if the meter is butter. Prioritize frames over frills. Let's square the sources. One camp praises the core loop. Deep enough to learn, light enough to share, with great putting and a fun unlock chase, even while dinging repetitive music and chatty character barks. Another camp hammers performance and input feel, calling out meter stutter, input lag, and swing outcomes that feel inconsistent. A third lane says, I can groove with 30 FPS if the timing is consistent, but launch builds weren't. There are also player reports of a post-launch patch smoothing Switch 2 timing, promising if true, but don't buy on vibes. Verify your platform's current state before you dive. Veteran games take cards face up. The design bones are solid, the party garnish is cute, the meter must be sacred. Right now, platform matters more than usual. If you're a newcomer or lapsed golfer looking for low-friction fun with friends, this can absolutely scratch the itch, especially if your version runs consistently. If you're a series vet with the 2017's timing burned into muscle memory, Hot Shots 2025 feels like a lateral sequel with a step back in smoothness and a step sideways in content cadence. Practical play tips to get the best of it. Disable the stamina twist until you've got rhythm, then flip it on for spice. On breezy days, favor lower flight, high roll lines. It's arcade golf, yes, but physics still respect launch angle. Practice putts from 12, 18 feet, the grid is honest, but speed control is the skill separator. In Wacky Golf, lean colorful over boom for actual strategy. And in single player, treat World Tour as a perk factory, not the meal. The challenge ladder is where you learn courses and unlock what you want. Pay off before the pitch. The moment this game clicks, perfect impact. Sidespin kiss around a bunker, 8-footer that dies center cup. You remember why arcade golf rules. If this kind of no BS deep dive earns its keep, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe. We'll keep calling out the jank and celebrating the joy so your backlog doesn't become a lifestyle. Final provocation for the comments. Is an arcade sports game allowed to ship at 30 FPS if the timing is rock solid? Or should arcade golf be 60 or bust in 2025? And if a patch smooths the swing tomorrow, does that redeem the launch or is trust already out of bounds?